Hi everyone, this is Ronni Chern, your EDU, your ELA for EDU 6017, welcoming you to my tips for Assessment 1. I hope these are helpful to you as you finish up your first assessment. As you know, your task is to make a video recording regarding a learning theory. So what do you need? Well, first, make sure that you have the equipment. It can be a phone, a computer, or a camera, but the goal is to have a recorded presentation. So what do I include in my 7-minute presentation? Well, first you might want to begin with an introduction. Oh, good evening, or my name is, or some way of connecting you to me. Then you might want to give an overview of your plan of your presentation. Today or tonight I'm going to discuss, and that's the sequence of material, so we can follow along with you as you speak. So, before you actually begin recording your presentation, I might suggest that you write an outline or a plan. What are you going to say? You might think about your personal introduction, how you're going to identify your theory. Then, the most important part of your presentation is the analysis. Here you're going to think about all the things you're going to say, particularly the strengths and the limits. Next, you're going to talk about your beliefs and how these connect to your background. And finally, all presentations should have some sort of conclusion or summing up, so you and I both know that you're about to finish. So what do I include in my analysis? Please make sure that you discuss the core concepts of the particular theory you've chosen, and make sure you have academic references to support your ideas. So as you are speaking, you might say something like, Smith says, or Duquesne says, or one of the other authors, Bloom says, and then that helps reaffirm that what you're saying has academic merit or academic support behind it. Next, you need to talk about the strengths of these theories, and the example is classroom practice. Again, do refer to some academic references to discuss its strengths, but examples can be from anywhere, your own, observational, or researched. The limitations are very important as well. You want to make sure that you consider why this theory, although it may have wonderful ideas about it, does have limitations. And you want to include some examples of classroom practices or personal experiences or academic references would be fantastic. So please, my analysis is the core of my presentation. The next part of it is to connect the theory to yourself. How does this theory relate to your values, to your background, to your own experiences, to your own beliefs or philosophies? Make some connections and show us you've reflected on this theory, on how you think it works or doesn't work for you and for others. Your presentation style is the third part of the presentation itself. Make sure that you do look at us. We want to see those eyes. We want to make sure you sit or stand confidently so there's a sense of presentation. You're talking to an audience of educators. Your voice, we hope it'll be clear and loud, and you'll speak slowly enough that we can understand everything you're saying. And we do ask that you try to modulate so that there is some inflection in your voice. Last, some visual materials. Again, the whole idea is to have something periodically for you to refer to, but make sure they're big enough that we can read them. They're just not tiny words on a screen that only you can see. Lastly, try to set it up in a place where there are minimal distractions. Cell phones, children, my dog barking, anything else that will affect the overall presentation. So create your video. Get your camera, your cell phone, whoever's going to film you. Film yourself, make a wonderful presentation, and then upload to YouTube. Please make sure that you do check the permissions. Public means anyone can see it anytime, anywhere. Limited means that only you and I and anyone who choose to give the URL to can look at it. And private means that only you can see it. So please don't set it to private or I won't be able to see it. Make sure that I and anyone else in my team can look at your wonderful presentation. Therefore, as you are reviewing your own presentation, before you actually upload to Blackboard, look at it one final time. Think, have I met the assessment criteria? Do I have a critical analysis of one learning theory? And I'll say again one. Some presentations I've reviewed already have 3. Please don't do that. One learning theory. 2, have I related that theory to my personal values and beliefs? And have I given a present style or presentation itself that says, I'm an educator and I'm talking to a group of educators and I'm sharing ideas about a theory, its strengths and limits, and how it connects to my own value system. So we want to make sure that you show us this academic research that goes behind this or the underpinning it. Include your reference list of sources that you've used in your presentation. Remember, there's a proper format for APA, and I've included some links to those on our Blackboard. Please submit your assessment. Make sure your name is on the top of your Word document with your list of references. Add your URL so we can view the presentation, and voila, you're done. Follow directions to upload to Blackboard. I think you'll celebrate, and so will I, when I see all of them included in my grade center. And then I finally get a chance to actually meet you. And I'm really looking forward to it. See you soon.